Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is IJ Blunt, and you're here on my channel. And if you stumbled across, please by all means do not leave without hitting the like button. Subscribe so when I post any new videos, you get a notification bell. And of course, share this with your friends and family, and so this video gets to be seen by more people. So welcome back, and this channel is all about story time. If you have a story you want to share, please drop me a line and I promise your name will not be shared. Do you have something you want to talk about or promote? Get in touch with me. And anyway, today's topic, let's hit it off. I came across this morning, or shall I say last night, it's kind of a topic that I know a lot of people may not be comfortable discussing, but I'll talk about it. It was to do with an interview given by Nick Cannon. Who is Nick Cannon, for those of you who do not know? Nick Cannon was once married to Mariah Carey. Nick Cannon has been the host of American Idol a few seasons, or American Got Talent a few seasons. I actually personally used to like Nick Cannon. I mean, I kind of thought when he was married or newly divorced from Mariah Carey that he had that kind of clean, good boy kind of look. But what I'm hearing recently leaves me a little bit rather disappointed. I will be blunt. I'm not here to play the PC. So anyway, the story had it, or rather the interview, and the story has been going on about Nick Cannon's promiscuous, basically. Let's not play around, because I notice a lot of these YouTubers in America, the way they choose their words, and almost like they are condoning a very bad behavior by a man or a woman. It is promiscuity with the most irresponsible attitude. And I've been hearing across different channels how Nick Cannon had been, impregnating different women since his divorce from Mariah Carey. And so I saw this by Nick Cannon giving an interview, Angela Lee. Angela Lee is a YouTuber, in the States. And he was literally almost kind of bragging. Some people might like to tell me that I read a comment where someone said, "Oh, I like this brother. He speaks his truth." What's that supposed to mean? And he was unapologetically talking about how he cannot help himself impregnating women. And there was a point, I may put the video here, if I get to edit this, where he talks about, I think Angela asked him, do you ever use a condom when you are making love or having sex? Not making love, having sex, because I'm not quite sure the guy knows what making love is. And I couldn't believe it, still trying to make it like, some people have really mastered the art of either they're lying or trying to convince you that white is not white, it's gray or black. Where his answer, I paraphrase here, was more or less answering Angela to say, oh, he knows the kind of women he sleeps with without condom. Or if it was when he was younger, he would always insist on a condom, but now he kind of checks them out and has a certain vibe about them, and he has to have certain feelings. So is Nick Cannon trying to say that his eyes are now the medical microscope for detecting who or may not carry disease? Because here we are talking about him having 7 children from, if I'm not wrong, from 3 or 4 different women. How could you do that? He had twins with Mariah Carey. They divorced. He got married to this lady. Sorry, I can't remember their names. And I'm not sure whether they were married or not, but he had 2 children with her. They left her, then had another child with another woman. So that's the 3rd one. Had another child with another woman. And all these children are not far in ages from each other. And then with his seventh child, or what would have been his seventh child who unfortunately died, he literally is now expecting, we understand, 3 children. We don't know if the 3 children are twins and one of 3 from 3 different mothers. I mean, altogether right now, Nick has a total of 7 children. So soon there'll be 9 or 10 children. And this guy is going around making it seem like it's okay. To me, and if you're watching and you're that guy who thinks it's cool to go around making babies willy-nilly, I say, in my personal opinion, it's wrong, it's selfish, it's nasty, it's irresponsible, and I'm not here to judge, people that made mistake or maybe divorced mothers or parents or whatever. But this guy, Nick Cannon, is deliberately going around getting women pregnant, refusing, from his own statement in Angela Lee's interview. He apparently, because she asked him at one time, what if the woman insists on wearing condom? And he went, stammered, well, we're going to have a talk with it. And that gave me, in my personal opinion, the impression that Nick Cannon is actually what? Implying he will not sleep with a woman who insists he uses condom. Because in his mind, if it's between you and I, whatever that means, remember, this guy doesn't spend that much long with each woman. I mean, how disgusting and irresponsible is this? In a community like America, especially, where a lot of black communities are suffering because there's so many children raised without fathers or father figure. Is this the kind of image someone like Nick Cannon, who should be upholding a better image, better role model for the black community, be doing? You might have the money. Someone wrote in a comment somewhere, oh, he has the money. And I want to say my answer to that is that money is not everything. Money does not raise your children for you. Money does not give your children the fatherly love that they deserve. Because when you go around spraying your sperm everywhere, who is there to say that you are going to be able to be in 4, 5, 6 households? That is disgusting. Come on, Nick. You know better than that. It's not about having money. It's about taking responsibility. And it's not as if you're having these children and ready to marry any of these women. It doesn't make sense. And what kind of example is someone who is in a public figure like Nick setting for the younger black men in America, in United Kingdom, and the world? There's one thing, like I said, having babies by mistake, or you're in a relationship, committed, marriage or something, and by no fault of yours, and the situation breaks down. But to go deliberately, basically just having babies and not taking precaution and don't seem apologetic, I think is really very selfish. Why do I say selfish? I say selfish because all these people who consciously, deliberately have sex without protection. We are here talking about babies. Do you never stop to think about HIV, STD, what potential thing you could catch out there? Or you yourself could be a carrier of what nasty disease and you're spreading it out there. I think, in my own personal opinion, it's disgusting. And you should be ashamed of yourself. And to be honest, if you're a young man watching this, please know this. These are not the kind of models you want to copy. It's no fun. And if Nick felt like, or people like him, that they have so much money, they're able to maintain, pay all this child benefits or whatever support, why can't you just contain yourself and give the children you have quality attention, love, and nurturing as a father? I mean, how many homes can you be in at one time? American social circles has been plagued by a lot of, crime that everybody often cries out that emanates from the way a lot of black folks have not been raised in two-parent homes. So why are we here propagating the same thing that is plaguing a lot of Black communities and other communities, not just Black people? I'm just saying because Nick is Black, I'm Black, I know what I'm saying. And unfortunately, like what I'm going to say or not, is very prevalent apparently in a lot of Black communities around the world, really. So, is this a right way for Nick to behave? What are your thoughts? Please drop me a comment and I promise I'll chat back and reply to your comment. And is it fair for any mother or father to deliberately go out there and have a child just because you can? Because you see, although we are not able to prove as yet, in my quiet moments I've often thought, if I was a child has no say. A child does not ask you to conceive him or her. But I also believe there will come a time in the next 15, 20 years or more where all these kids born of the last 10, 15 years, this generation where nobody seems to have any more moral compass or principle or guidance in the way we behave. We want to have a child, I've got money, I'll just have a child. Have you ever stopped to think, how would that child feel when they grow up? I'm not saying they're not children raised well by single mothers or fathers, but what we're saying here is why go out of your way to populate this earth with children from so many different mothers? Have you stopped to think how those children will feel in the next 20, 30, 40 years? Have you stopped to think how this would impact each of these children if they end up growing up in a household without their father being present or a father figure? And that's why I say it's very selfish. Anyway, that's me done. And in future, as I get your comments and suggestions, I will dive more a bit, I would like to, about the Black communities and what surrounds the poverty, the unruliness around Black families. I'm not saying Black families are the only ones, but let's be honest, especially in America, they are always the ones complaining. They're always the ones claiming that they're most picked up by the police. They're always the ones everybody's always side-eyeing and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, in my opinion, if I could, wave a magic wand, I would love everybody to be at least in a two-parent home and raise a child well. I'm not here to judge. I also understand that there are people by no fault of yours. You're a divorced mother or father. I can understand that. We all understand that. And your young girl made some mistakes. We all understand that. But what we don't want to understand are some of this Black man mentality where people think it's cool, it's macho, and you're deliberately being reckless with your sexual health, let alone getting women pregnant here and there. Maybe because you feel you can. Maybe because you don't care. Well, on this note, I say if you're a young man watching this or you're a man who have been used to this way of thinking, please, I beg you to rethink. Try and put yourself in a child's position. If you were this child, maybe in the next 20, 30 years of this child's life, and some of you, someone like Nick, with all the history we know about him and his health, are you going to go around having 9, 10 children from 5 different women you're not married to, and tomorrow you may or may not be here? What kind of selfishness is that? Do we not have enough struggles in our society to deal with? Anyway, that's me done about Nick Cannon and men that think like this, men who are irresponsible with their sexual health. Thank you again for stopping by. Please hit the like button to spread this video and share my video with your friends and family. And by all means, please subscribe so when I publish or show a new video, You will be amongst the first to know. And of course, very soon I'll be bringing in some goodies for my subscribers. So don't miss it. Trust me, you'll be glad you subscribed. And thank you, and see you on the next video. Bye. Cut.